A very good evening to all the viewers. Before I start, I would just like a quick check. Am I audible and visible on Zoom and YouTube? Great. So once again, a very good evening to all the viewers. My name is Satyanarayan, and I'm one of the co-founders and the academic head at IQ Ideas. And for the past 10-15 days, we have been doing this 11-part session on different career options, on the various career options available for different streams, so on and so forth. And today is the 11th and the last episode of our 11-part series. We have been doing career counseling for quite some time. We have been coaching students for various entrance examinations across fields. And although there's a lot of information available out there regarding the more popular courses, and by that I mean things like engineering or medicine or even CA, there are a lot of alternate fields which are not so mainstream yet, and yet which fascinates a lot of students. We often have students coming up to us and asking things about filmmaking or how to make a career in photography or so on and so forth. And very rarely they are able to come up with the right kind of information for that. So keeping that in mind, we decided to have this session today where we will be talking about streams such as mass communication, media studies, filmmaking, and photography education in India. And for that, I would like to welcome my close friend, partner, and guide for almost 1.5 decades now, Mr. Mohit Mangal. An engineer and an MBA by education, he has been in the field of career counseling and coaching for close to 2 decades now, and has guided tens of thousands of students across the right career path. So without further ado, I would like to welcome him and ask him to take this session forward.
Thank you so much, Satya sir. As usual, it is always great to have an introduction from you. So I'll straight away jump into the session. Today, the topic which we are covering is all about management, mass communication, media studies, filmmaking, and photography kind of areas or education in India. This session, as Satya sir already shared with you, was part of Career Guide 2023 with Mohit Mangal, which was a set of 11 power-packed sessions related to different career options and were relevant for parents and students studying from class 9th to 12th. And today is the last or the final session of this series, where I shall talk to you all about mass communication, media studies, filmmaking, photography, education in India. Just like yesterday, when I talked about event management, sports management, hotel management, and the day before that, I talked about business management. Now, if you look at business management, I also shared it yesterday, is more academic oriented. Whereas within the framework of management, if somebody wants to get into something which is more practical oriented, then the practical application oriented courses like sports management, like hotel management, like event management come into picture. Similarly, in the domain of mass communication or media studies, if somebody is wanting to take up more theoretical or more academic oriented portion, then mass communication, mass media, journalism, and mass communication are the areas. But if somebody wants to get into something more practical, which is relatively less academic and has got knack towards technical portion, then filmmaking, photography, digital marketing kind of areas are the areas where one can get into. So that is the reason I have put them together. The objective of today's session is I will talk to you about what is mass communication and media studies. I'll talk to you about the allied areas of mass communication, which include photography, filmmaking. Then I will talk to you about career opportunities in mass communication separately and filmmaking and photography separately. Then obviously the best institutions, their admission processes. Then I will invite Satya sir to talk to you about general aptitude test and also common university entrance test, which is applicable for a lot of institutions taking admissions in these areas from this year. And that will be followed by any question answers if you have. This session is suitable for parents and students who are pursuing grade 11 or 12, be it science, commerce, or arts, and they wish to pursue something in the area of mass communication education. To understand what is mass communication is imparting or exchanging of information on a larger scale to a wide range of audience or wide range of people. So if you look at the word itself, mass means large, communication means interaction or some kind of put across to the larger audience. So this could be further subdivided in 4 areas. It could be part of print media, which are newspapers, magazines, journals. It could be outdoor media, which could be hoardings, danglers, banners. It could be media broadcasting, which could be radio. And it could be these days digital media, which could be social media like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, or it could be, straight away Google ads, AdWords, and so on. If you look at careers in mass communication, they can be in the area of anchoring, where you become an anchor, advertising, brand management, blog writing, creative writing, content writing, copywriting. You can become a correspondent or get into digital marketing, direction. You can be an editor or get into event management, filmmaking, or fashion communication. Get into journalism, media programming, photojournalism, public relations, radio jockey, reporter, screenwriter, social media executive, television and film production, and visual merchandiser. These are the broad areas which one can pursue a career after finishing mass communication education at bachelor's, and maybe after bachelor's, master's in mass communication. Looking at the degree programs, one can go for a BA in journalism or BA in mass communication. There's a degree where the nomenclature of the degree itself is BMC, Bachelor of Mass Communication, or BMM, Bachelor of Mass Media. Also, there is BJMC, Bachelor of Journalism and Mass Communication. There are BSc degrees also available related to journalism, filmmaking, mass communication. Or there could be integrated BA, MA, or a Masters in Journalism and Mass Communication program. Now, the integrated programs are 5 years. All other programs in mass communication domain are primarily 3 years. If you look at the best colleges in the country, you have St. Xavier's in Bombay, which takes admission based on their own personal entrance exam. Then you have Indraprasth College for Women in Delhi, which has got an integrated 5-year program, which conducts admission based on CUET, that is the Common University Entrance Test undergraduate. I will be inviting Satya sir at the end of the session to talk to you a little in detail about what CUET is all about. Then we have Christ University in Bangalore, where the test nomenclature is same, that is CUET, but it is Christ University Entrance Test. Lady Shri Ram College of Arts and Commerce in Delhi has a journalism program. Manipal University has a journalism program, which takes a separate entrance exam, MET. Mithibai College and Narsi Monji College in Bombay have from last year jointly started conducting a test known as Mithibai and Narsi Monji Common Entrance Test. This is known as MINSET. But since mass communication program is only available in Mithibai, I have listed Mithibai here. Then you have Jai Hind College, where the admissions are based on 12 marks. Delhi College of Arts and Commerce is there, CUET. Sophia College for Women in Bombay based on 12 marks. Symbiosis has got a very good program in media and communication, which takes admissions through their own entrance test known as SET set. Then you have Maharaja Agrasen College in Delhi, CUET. Then Bombay has got some other many good colleges, which is like Wilson, which is like HR, KC, Jai Hind. They all take admission based on 12 marks. Then we have Madras Christian College in Chennai, which again takes admission based on 12th marks. Rizvi College, Bombay, also 12th marks. Indraprasth University in Delhi, that is IPU, commonly known as, they have shifted all their admissions under CUET UG. And then you have Christu Jayanti College in Bangalore, which again takes admission based on 12th marks. Moving to the second domain, which is the careers in the area of photography and filmmaking. You can see on your screen, you can, after doing photography or filmmaking, become a film producer, script writer, video editor, cinematographer, sound designer, lighting director, editor, production manager, director. Photojournalism you can get into, or you can get into doing photography related to various fields, be it fine art, commercial photography, computer graphics and multimedia, advertising photography, product photography, fashion photography, industrial photography, digital photography. In the domain of photography and filmmaking, you have multiple kind of degrees where you can go for a BA or a BA honors program in photography or filmmaking. It could be a 3 or a 4-year course. Then also there are BSc programs or BSc honors program in photography and filmmaking, again 3 or 4-year program. Then you have BVOC, Bachelor of Vocation program in photography or filmmaking, which is a 3-year program. Photography, filmmaking, animation, these kind of programs are also available under 3 more domains, that is Bachelor of Visual Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, and Bachelor of Design. These all 3 areas are 4-year programs. Looking at some of the best colleges for photography and filmmaking, you have AAFT in Noida, you have Ajinkya D.Y. Patil University, Pune, YSR Architecture and Fine Arts University in Andhra Pradesh, MAT University, Jaipur, Bombay, Noida, Shama Prasad Mukherjee University in Jharkhand, Galgotia University in UP. Then you have Jagannath University in Bahadurgarh, Haryana, MIT in Pune, Lovely Professional University, Phagwara, Mahatma Gandhi University in Maharashtra, Northeastern Hills University, Shillong, Sharda University in UP, Shulni University in Himachal Pradesh, Tripura University in Tripura, University of Allahabad in UP, University of Kashmir in Srinagar, UPS Dehradun in Uttarakhand. So you see, something which was less heard of just not more than even 5 years back, now is available across 65 universities. I have given you a list of only 20 universities. There are more than 65 universities offering programs related to BA, BSc, BVOC, or BBA, BFA, or BDes in multiple areas of photography, filmmaking, animation, digital photography, product photography, and very many different specializations. Now, if you look at the admission processes, since I have shown you CUET, which is forming part of many of the institutions' admission process these days, and also there are some other entrance exams like St. Xavier's Bombay for mass communication conducts its own exam, Symbiosis Pune has its own exam, Christ University has its own exam. So I will now request Satya sir to give you more idea and knowledge related to entrance exams. To quickly introduce Satya sir. Satya sir is BE in computers. He is Masters in Business from the prestigious Department of Management Studies, IIT Madras, popularly known as DOMS. Satya sir is one of those rare faculties whom I have seen, met, interacted, who is master of all areas of general management. Now, what is general management? Satya sir himself will tell you. But he's cracked UGAT, which is undergraduate aptitude test, 4 times with 99.9 percentile. That means he was a rank 1 all India. He's cracked CLAT, which is a law entrance exam, 5 consecutive times. Multiple times he has given the world's toughest aptitude test known as CAT, CAT. He is the academic director at IQ Ideas, which is the test preparation division of IQ. He's a teacher, mentor, guide to more than 25,000 students in the last 15 years. And his core domain of teaching include English, reasoning, law, strategy, and so on. But as I said, he is one of those rare all-rounder faculties. He is very comfortable handling subjects related to mathematics, analytical reasoning, data interpretation, data sufficiency as well. He's a national level ranker in the CENTA, Teachers Award awards. He's won a national level award in the Center Teachers Accreditation. So over to you, Satya sir, for giving kids more detail about the entrance exams. So I want you to share with them, what are the kind of sections which they can encounter, and also in portfolio management, what kind of portfolio these institutions which take students for photography, filmmaking, or through Bachelor of Design, Visual Art, would expect the kid to go ahead with. So over to you, sir.
Thanks a lot for those kind words of introduction. Let me just begin by saying that entrance examinations in India for students after standard 12th are usually classified into two categories. One, we have the technical entrance tests, like those for engineering or medicine, namely the JW or NEET, where you would have technical questions from subjects such as physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, and so on. And second, we have the general aptitude tests, which are there for most of the other fields, including but not limited to law, business management, hotel management, mass communication, media studies, entrepreneurship, economics, liberal studies, and so on and so forth. Now, starting a couple of years, now we have the CUET, right, the Central or Common Universities Entrance Test, which is now accepted by a lot of universities, most of the central universities, and a lot of well-reputed institutions for admission to their various courses. Now, general aptitude tests are usually comprising of four areas. So we could talk about mathematics, which can be classified as numerical or quantitative ability. Logical reasoning, which could be classified as either analytical or verbal reasoning. English as a language is but obvious. And then you could have general knowledge and current affairs section. So any general aptitude would be more or less a combination of some or all of these subjects. And then some specific examinations might have some extra specific aptitude section. For example, law entrance exams check on legal aptitude, hotel management entrance examinations, they check on service aptitude, and so on and so forth. Now, I'm going to talk about the CUET, the Common Universities or Central Universities Entrance Test, because this is the examination which is being used by most of the universities which offer the various kind of programs that we are talking about today. So specifically focusing on the 2023 version of CUET as released by the National Testing Agency, the CUET 2023 is expected to be in the online computer-based mode, right? Where the slots will be of 3 hours, 15 minutes, slot 1, slot 2 could be of 3 hours, 45 minutes roughly, and slot 3, the notification is yes expected. But there are technically 4 sections, section 1A and 1B, which are language-based, section 2, which is for domain-specific subjects, and section 3, which is a general aptitude test. And the marking scheme does have negative 1 mark for a wrongly answered question, and so on and so forth. So talking about the sections, section 1A and section 1B are languages, where you can select any one of 13 options for 1A, and you can select any one of 20 languages in section 1B, but the language has to be, of course, one other than what you selected for 1A. And there you can expect about 40 questions, 50 questions to be asked in this particular section, where you get about 45 minutes for each of the language that you have selected. Now, section 2 is from among the 27 domain-specific subjects, where you can choose a maximum of 6 subjects, and you'll have about 45 to 50 questions in this section. And again, for each subject, you'll be allotted a time of 45 minutes. The general aptitude test section is expected to have about 60 questions, where again, you might get a time of about 60 minutes to attempt this complete thing. Now, if I talk about the domain-specific subjects, there are various 27 options, including things like accountancy, biology, biological studies, biotech, chemistry, business studies, chemistry, computer science, economics, business economics, engineering graphics, entrepreneurship, geography, history, home science, knowledge, tradition, and practices in India, legal studies, environmental science, mathematics, PT, physics, political science, psychology, sociology, teaching aptitude, agriculture, mass media and mass communication, anthropology, art education, sculpture, environmental studies, and performing arts. And you could check the NTA, the National Testing Agency's website, to also know about the languages available as choices for section 1A and 1B. But now coming to section 3, which is the general aptitude test. So this particular section could have questions which could include general knowledge and current affairs. You could have questions of mathematics, which they would call as general mental ability or numerical ability, or even quantitative reasoning. But we do not expect questions to be more than standards 8th, 9th, and 10th level. Because students in 11th and 12th, because they have selected different streams, may actually have different maths. And the CUET is supposed to be stream neutral. It is supposed to be an even playing ground for everybody. So the mathematics, which was common to all, is 8th, 9th, and 10th. So basic 8th, 9th, 10th level mathematics, which could include topics like basics of numbers, basics of calculations, averages, percentages, ratio proportion, and simple linear equations, so on and so forth. Then you could have a logical and analytical reasoning section where you could have questions of number series, coding and decoding, questions based on blood relations, directions, simple puzzles which can be solved using tables or grids, and a little bit of deductive reasoning, maybe, so on and so forth. Now, the type and level of question is expected to be those which should be solvable by students of standard 12. But what exact questions will be asked, it all depends on what tests you're opting for in the sections which I have mentioned here. So most of these entrance examinations sometimes are followed by things like personal interviews, group tasks, and group discussions. Some institutions, even before they conduct the written examination, might ask you to submit a statement of purpose or a personal statement. Some colleges might entirely do away with a written examination of MCQ format and just go with a combination of either statement of purpose and personal statement followed by a personal interview. So I'll give you a little bit of brief about these things. When an institution asks you to submit a statement of purpose or a personal statement, they would usually give you a topic or certain leading questions or guidelines based on which you have to formulate your response. Understand that the prime reason to ask you to submit a statement of purpose is twofold. One is obviously to check your communication skills in the written format. So follow the rule of KISS. Keep it short and simple. Don't use flowery language, but make sure that you have absolutely no spelling errors or no grammatical errors. Second is to check your thinking processes. So the way you respond to the questions in your statement would also tell a lot to the interviewer, the kind of person you are, the kind of clarity of thought you have regarding your future, how serious you are about taking up this course, how serious you are about joining a particular institution, how well read you are about various topics, so on and so forth. So a statement of purpose is sort of like an advertisement where you are the product selling yourself. So because you have adequate time to craft a statement of purpose and upload it to the website, make sure you take the help of trusted friends and colleagues to thoroughly vet it, to thoroughly examine it. Coming to personal interviews, again, personal interviews do check the things which I mentioned before, but in a verbal format. So your verbal communication ability, your ability to respond under pressure, your general awareness about things going on around you, and your clarity of thought regarding yourself and your future plans are things which can be asked by the interviewer during a personal interview. Now, because we're talking about many creative fields for things like filmmaking and photography, they might ask you to come up with your own portfolio of things which you have created and which are relevant to that particular field. So, for example, there are certain institutions which promote things like filmmaking and photography, where if you have created any actual short film or any media content, they would be more than willing to take a look at it. Now, because of the proliferation of technology, it is not unusual to find students coming up with great cinematic pieces of their own. Even things on social media, like the reels which are posted on Instagram or Facebook or any other thing, can actually be good cinematographic content or good writing content and can tell a lot about you to the selector. So do not think of these things as mere fads. When you're particularly aiming for a career in mass communication or media studies, things like these, if properly made, if properly presented, and if well accepted, can very well serve to be a part of your portfolio when you go ahead for admission to any of these prestigious institutes. So, like I said, proper dedication, proper research of what exactly is required by the institution, and proper preparation for these things make it absolutely easy for any aspiring student to get a seat in the prestigious institute of their choice. Beyond that, is there, okay, can I move to the next slide, please? Yeah, so this is a CUT which I've informed about. Please, the last dates for CUT application have been slightly extended, but for those who wish to go and take this examination for admission to any particular institution, I would very strongly recommend to go to the official website of the universities, find their requirement of subjects, and then complete your registration process for CUT, selecting the apt tests in all the 4 sections. Next. I think that's most of what I would have had to present. So I would like to hand over the session to Mohit sir, who can continue with the rest of the session.
Thank you so much, Satya sir, for such an enlightening understanding which you gave to the students related to various competitive exams. Before I move to question and answers, I would like to quickly introduce IQ Ideas. IQ Ideas is a national level entrance test preparatory organization based out of Ahmedabad. We have 20 years of legacy. We have the same faculty, the faculties, as I shared with you, how Satya sir himself, being the academic director of IQ Ideas, appear for the entrance exams himself. And the USP of IQ is that we tend to take students through a proper career counseling process so that we don't only send the child in the right direction, but can also mentor the child. So if you are interested in preparing for national level competitive exams related to law, business management, hotel management, mass communication, liberal studies, economics, honors, social sciences, filmmaking and photography, and so on, you can please connect with my office at 99798 or you can visit our website, that is iqideas.in. For personal career counseling, if you're not sure what you want to do, if you're confused, you can connect with my office at 7600 you can follow me on social media, on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram at IQ Mohit, or you can go to my website, that is mohitmangal.com. To get access of today's PowerPoint presentation and directly connect with me, you can go and join my WhatsApp group. My ID is bit.ly/IQ Career Guide. Or if you want more such sessions or intimation about more such career-related sessions, because we are finishing with our last session of the series today, but we keep coming up with more sessions related to different career options. You can join my YouTube channel at bit.ly/IQ Mohit. Thank you once again. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to invite those questions so that we can answer. Otherwise, we will call for the day. I think
if there are any questions, you can type them out on Zoom chat or YouTube chat.
So I think, Satya sir, there are no much questions. So we can.
Yes. I think we can wrap the session. But in case somebody does have any question, even after watching the video, which will be uploaded on YouTube on the channel, you can always get in touch with us. The contact details are available. I've also put up the relevant links and other things on the chat. So with that, we wrap up this session and we wrap up this series. It was great fun interacting with people and putting out the information regarding various courses, regarding various career options. And we do promise that we will be coming up with many more such sessions and many more such videos. Do subscribe to our channel and make an informed choice and have the best of luck with your career. Have a good day.